And we welcome you live to UPMC Graham Field here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids are on the road this week to take on the Tri-County Rams. Ken Straub here, your voice of the Rapids, as always, here on the broadcast. Appreciate you, whether you are in with us on the Facebook page or on the YouTube page. We appreciate you for being in with us this week. Rapids 3-0, coming off a good win last week over the Stark County Wolfpack, 20-8. Rapids defense has been lights out all year long, as they will try to continue to get that going at the beginning of this game as well. As you see, captains on the field discussing with the referees. We're going to get started here in just a minute. As I said, beautiful UPMC Graham Field here in Pittsburgh. As I said, appreciate all of you for joining us in. As I see Anna already in the YouTube with us, appreciate you. And Paula, as we're going to get set to kick off here very, very shortly. Rapids traveling pretty well as coaches, as owners, as players. Will all tell you traveling on these road games is one of the most difficult things in any of these leagues, regardless of whether or not you're a new organization or you've been around for years. I see the captain shaking hand there as we're going to get started. Traveling on the road is incredibly difficult. About a 2.5-2-hour road trip, depending on which way you went in from where we are there in Cuyahoga Falls. So not too bad of a trip. As I said, Rapids traveling pretty well. Quarterback situation, though, a bit different for this game. Denane Dixon not with the roster, or not with the team today. Obviously on the roster, but not with the team today. So Monte Taylor, Danny Skalecki going to split coverage of the quarterback duties, I should say. Split the quarterback duties today. Sorry, a little feedback there. Just making sure we're sounding good there. Yes, they do. So, as you see, captains on the field, referees sorting things out, and we're going to get underway here in a second. As I said, thank you all for joining in with us, whether you're on the Straub Sports Show Facebook page or the Straub Sports Show YouTube page. Your one-stop shop for all things Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football and the Straub Sports Show. Little bro was in with me this week. We had a good conversation about the Cavaliers, Guardians, and wrapped up the soccer footy season. We're going to take a week off. We'll be back in a week or two with another show. So, Rapids and Rams. Rams in the all gray, white helmets. Rapids in the all black with gold helmets. Rapids are going to receive the kickoff here. Looks like we're going to have Sean Smith Jr. and I want to double check before I do just say it. It does look, it might be Anthony Spooney back there. Anthony Spooney rejoining the team today. Good to have him back. And yes, Anna and Paula, my Rapids moms. Shout out to my Rapids media team, Mackenzie and Izzy, holding it down. Oh, they do have someone else with them as well today. I apologize that I forgot my guy's name. So, Rams going to kick off here. So we're going to get underway. As I said, Rams in the all gray white helmets, Rapids in the all black gold helmets. So we're getting the clock situated. Clock currently set to 10 minutes. Need to get that over to 15. So just a second here to get the clock situated, and then we'll be underway. As it is with all of football, and as most levels, whether it's the high school or the college or the professional levels, a bit of a battle of Pennsylvania and Ohio here. Because it does look like the clock has been set. So we will be able to get ourselves underway here. You might have heard the referee's whistle there. Stark County going to break that huddle. So Sean Smith Jr., Anthony Spooney back to receive this opening kickoff as we'll get underway here at UPMC Graham Field, week 2 of the PAFL regular season, and the ball is away. Spooney going to take that. He's going to try to come out past the numbers. He's going to try to get out the outside. Kind of tripped and fell under his own feet there. A decent return, but chance for a little bit more, but either way, a good special teams play there. So, Monte Taylor going to check in first at quarterback for the Rapids. We'll see if they can repeat maybe a little bit of that magic from last week. First play from scrimmage for the offense last week, Monte Taylor took the ball 70 yards to the house. Obviously something the Rams were able to obviously watch through the Straub Sports Show highlights. And something to keep an eye on, so you know they'll be ready for Monte Taylor. Every team in this league is ready for Monte Taylor. And we'll see how Chris Ballantyne and this offense reacts. So Rapids going to break the huddle. Ball at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. So we get underway here in the first quarter. Rapids coming out 3 wide receivers. Dylan, Darwin, and Mari Mitchell. Going to show some pressure. Going to hand it off to Monte up the middle. Monte's going to break that out. Big. Out to almost the 45-yard line. And I have to correct myself. That's Danny Skalecki. As I said, they were going to split. Danny Skalecki in at quarterback. Monte in at running back. And that was also, I do believe, Boom Lumbus in at fullback. So, as we said, going to switch it up. And the thing for this offense is now obviously Monte Taylor, Danny Skalecki, not the natural quarterbacks. However, both play quarterback, both are quarterbacks. And now with both of them in the game, both of them also playing multiple positions, Monte also a talented running back, Danny a wide receiver, you have options to keep the defense honest. So we're going to go 4 wide receivers here. 3 to the top side of your screen is going to be Dylan, Sean Smith Jr., Darwin, Mari Mitchell isolated on the backside here. On the far close side here. Danny still in, Monte in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Monte on the second play of the game, and Monte's just going to run it up the middle for another big gain. Back-to-back first downs for Monte Taylor in this offense. As the clock's moving here, 14:30 here in the first quarter. Rapids pick up first downs on back-to-back play as Monte going to take a quick breather there. Brandon McCann, his co-Monte player of the game, the co-offensive player of the game, him and Monte, as they're going to look to repeat that success this week. Rapids come out now 4 wide receivers, same 4 in the game. 2 to each side of the ball. McCann in the backfield with Skalecki. Skalecki's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it to Sean Smith Jr. right over the middle. Nice throwing catch. Gain of about 5 or 6 there. Obviously, you're going to do some different things today with the 2 different quarterbacks. One of the things that they're going to have to absolutely utilize are those quick throws over the middle, quick throws underneath. That's going to help out this offense. It's going to help gain some separation, get some guys open, and it's going to help open the running game as well, those quick throws, and you can take some deep shots down the field. Going to have to be strategic with those shots. Big Dustin Dye on the offensive line today, calling some things out. A lot of our big defensive linemen are going to go both ways on the offensive line today. So 2nd down and short here. Quarterback going to drop back. He's going to throw that over. He's got the fullback out for a big gain. A huge first down there. So just 4 plays from scrimmage, and the offense is already knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. Ball at the 21-yard line. Trying to continue to move this, continue the success here. Rapids going to line up. 2 wide receivers. Man going to come in motion now. Going to hand it off to McCann up the middle. McCann's going to try to push it through. He's going to pick up just a gain of a couple. Still, the offense pushing forward. Doing a great job of that. Big shout out to my guy Lefty in the comments. Lefty will definitely be back with us after this week. So offense is going to break the huddle on second down here. 4 wide receivers. 2 to each side of the ball. Monte Taylor checks back into the backfield. Skalecki's still in at quarterback. Danny's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw that out to Monte. Monte's going to turn that up the field. Going to cut it back up the middle. Make it dance. Make it move. And Monte Taylor's into the end zone for a touchdown. An outstanding job by Monte. Good job by Danny to get the ball out to him. And then Monte just does the rest. Cuts through and around and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, on the first drive of the game, so get the camera ready for the extra point. Offense goes right down the field. No negative plays. Everything positive. Everything for at least 2 to 3 yards. And this offense moves in and gets on the board for 6. Rapids going to run some guys on late. It's all right. Bobby Rhodes Jr. going to come in to attempt the extra point here. Ball is down, kick is up and off the upright. So that's going to be no good. Nonetheless, here, as I said, at UP, MC Graham Field in Pittsburgh, your Rapids, with 11:32 in the first quarter, still take a 6-0 lead. Outstanding job by Danny Skalecki to lead the offense. Right down the field. Throws over the middle to Sean Smith Jr. Monte Taylor with multiple electric runs. Brandon McCann in as well. And I want to give a shout out to owner Daniel DeMann. I literally just had to call him right now. That was number 43. That was Reggie Rogers in at tight end on that drive as well. Outstanding multiple plays by him to help lead the offense down the field too. We'll look out for that as this continues. So Bobby Rhodes Jr. going to kick off here, and that's a great job by Bobby Rhodes Jr. Almost into the goal. We would have called that. So good job there by Bobby Rhodes Jr. And Tri-County Rams will that now get their first offensive possession of the game. As this Rapids defense gets set to take the field, this Rapids defense has not given up more than 8 points in a game all year. Gave up 8 to the Broncos, gave up 6 to the Michigan Bills, and then gave up 8 again to the Wolfpack, and that's it. As we're going to have a penalty Not exactly sure what for, but so we'll get back in here. So 11:32 in the first quarter, 6-0 Rapids over Rams. So the defense is going to get set to come on the field and get their first opportunity. Tri-County going to come out 3 wide receivers, 2 to this bottom side, 1 isolated up top, 1 running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Quarterback's going to drop back here. He's going to hand it off to the running back on first down. He's going to get swallowed up. He spins away for a second before he is finally taken down. Gain of about 2 there. Going to bring up second down. I know this Rapids defense wants to be aggressive. I had a conversation with Coach Putty before the game. It's always fun to talk to Coach Putty. The game plan is simple. The game plan is what the game plan is, and it doesn't change. I know this Rapids defense is going to try to attack early and often. Bend but do not break. Limit the points and try to do their best to get their hands to this football and create some turnovers and get the offense in good spots. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 here. Quarterback going to take that, going to hand that off to the running back again. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to get tackled, wrapped up there by number 79, Dustin Dye on the tackle. As we said, Dustin's going to be playing both offensive line and defensive line. Most of our big guys will today. Good job there by Dustin to wrap up. Going to force a 3rd and 6. I know this Rapids defense wants to immediately get off, and after the success on that first drive, definitely want to get the offense right back on the field with an opportunity to keep it rolling. Rams going to break the huddle here on 3rd down. Going to go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball, 1 running back in the backfield. Shout out to our guy Sham in the comments. Sham, we wish you were here. Sham Island, not here today, but representing as always. Quarterback going to drop back on 3rd down. He's going to throw it out to his wide receiver out in the flat. He's going to try to cut it up the middle, and he's going to get just enough there for the first down. Good job there by the Rams to get their guy in open space. Coach Buddy going to sub off the whole defense there. Rapids going to try to keep fresh legs in. So a fresh set of downs here for the Rams. Ball at about the 43-yard line. I'm sorry, 44-yard line. I said first down here. 11:26 in the first quarter. 6-0 Rapids up over the Rams early. Quarterback going to take that, hand it off to the running back. He's going to push that up the middle. Fumble the football, and the Rapids, it does look like, absolutely, the referee's going to point that way. Good job there by the defense to punch that football out. Dustin Dye jumped on that football, and we've got our first turnover of the game. That's exactly what this Rapids defense wants to do. Get off the field immediately and give that offense an opportunity. Great job there. As I'll try myself to catch it on the replay here. Not sure multiple Rapids in there. Either way, ball punched out. And Dustin jumps on it. And just like that, now the Rapids themselves have an opportunity to start to regain the momentum they had on that first drive and keep it rolling. Rapids going to break the huddle here. Dylan Exton, Sean Smith Jr. to the top of the screen. Darwin Exton isolated down here on the bottom himself. Boom Lumbus in at that fullback. Monte Taylor in the backfield. Danny Skulecki's going to take it and hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to get hit and pushed back. And a loss of yards there. We'll see where the referee's going to spot that. Just a loss of 1 where he's going to blow the whistle. So a good job. And you saw it there on the first play from defense there, but you saw the Rams bringing some guys up the middle there. They know the Rapids want to push that ball right up the middle. All right, Rapids going to break the huddle now. Second down. Same set of position players. Boom Lumbus going to join Monte in the backfield. Danny going to take that, hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to slip. He was trying to cut it outside, had some room, but slipped and fell there. And now we're going to back up on 2 plays. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12. So we'll see now what Coach Offensive Coordinator Chris Ballantyne and this offense can cook up. As I said, no Danae Dixon today, so Danny Skalecki, Monte Taylor going to split. As right now it's been Danny Skalecki. They're going to go 4 wide receivers as Brandon McCann's going to come in for Monte and go into wide receiver. Boom Lumbus in the backfield. Danny's going to drop back here. He's going to look over. He's got McCann. McCann's going to catch that. He's going to push it up. We're going to make it 4th and a question. We'll see what the answer is. And it does look like we're going to keep the offense on the field. It's going to be 4th and 7. So offense is going to break the huddle here. And now flag. Nope, we're going to have a timeout by the Rapids with 9:27 left in the first quarter. Rapids going to talk this 4th down over here. We're going to take a pause here on the Straub Sports Show page. We'll be back in a second. All right, so we're back here for 4th down. Give a shout out to my guy, Morgan. Yes, voice of the Rapids, Ken Straub here. 4th and 7 now. Oh. We're going to have everybody pointing at each other. Referee's going to come in and talk about it. See what each of them saw. Rams pointing towards the Rapids. A couple of the Rapids players were pointing the other way. So we'll see what the call is here. We're going to have a false start on the Rapids. That's going to back them up. Does look like... Okay. Ink. After a discussion, offense going to stay on the field. Anthony Spooney checking in, and Monte's just going to punt that away smartly, and it's going to take a great bounce. Ball's going to go inside the 10-yard line, so a great call there. Looks like they were going to keep the offense on the field, but then a change in philosophy there. And the ball's going to get punted away. All right, so after the great punt by Monte Taylor, ball going to be pinned back in. Going to give this opportunity, or give an opportunity for this Rapids defense to maybe bring some pressure. Oh, we're going to have a false start on the offense. The defensive lineman jumped back, which he's allowed to do. Offensive line not allowed to move in that situation. Far side judge felt like he did, and because of that, it's going to back him up even further. So it's going to be first down now. Ball at the 4-yard line. As we said, we'll see if the Rapids stepping up now, maybe showing a little pressure. Quarterback going to drop back. He's going to get pressured, hit, dropped, and sacked in the backfield. Shout out to my intern, Mackenzie, for bringing me my walkie-talkie that I desperately needed there so I could stop calling Daniel, our owner, in the middle of the game. So a great job in there by the defensive line in on the sack. I did not get to see who it was, however, nonetheless, this vaunted defensive line getting the pressure in right now. So second down and long here. Quarterback going to drop back. Pressured. Going to step out of the end zone. He's going to step right into multiple members of the Rapids there. A big hit. Laid down. Mark Hale, Ray in on the hit. Big Bama. So third down now. With the Rams pinned back here, I know this Rapids defense absolutely wants to keep them from the first down, but I know these guys are absolutely looking to potentially turn some defense into offensive points. Defense showing some pressure here, going to sit. Quarterback's going to get hit. Almost picked off there. A great job, Ray, and multiple members of that defensive unit in on some pressure. Mark Hale almost with the interception. That was a tough one to try to get the hands to, but still a good job there. And now it's going to bring up fourth down. Going to be forced to punt. Was watching pregame. Rams, like the Rapids, have a very talented punter / kicker. This will pan out here. The Rapids are going to have Anthony Spooney. Oh. Going to swap out Brandon McCann. Going to come out to the 50. Anthony Spooney in at about the 35-yard line. Rams going to call a timeout here. And we'll take a timeout here on the Strawboro Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. We'll be back in a second for more Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football. All right, so back in here, 8:51 UPMC Graham Field here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rapids travel for their Week 2 matchup here against the Tri-County Rams, up 6-0 right now. Monte Taylor with an electric touchdown run. Offense moving the ball up the field. Defense, after having the Rams pinned back, a good defensive stand. Going to force the punt here. Anthony Spooney, Brandon McCann out at about the 40. 45-yard line, set to return this punt. We're going to have another whistle here. And we're going to have another penalty on the Rams. There's been 2 penalties just on 4th down alone. So we'll see now if we can get this punt off. As I said, a talented punter over there on the Rams side, but he needs some space and a second or two to get this ball off. He is going to get that punt off. Spooney's going to just let that bounce and ride. A smart job there. So, 8:51. You know what? I do not exactly have now a running clock. I do apologize. There was an issue with the clock operator, so the referee or the officials on the field said they were going to keep the score, or I should say keep the time on the field. So I do not know what exact time is left. So, as always here on a PAFL Rapids broadcast, we always got a little bit of fun to throw in the mix. So I have no idea what time it is in this first quarter. Can you guys? Rapids going to break the huddle. Here on 1st down. We're going to have a flag. Not exactly sure. We're going to have a delay of game. Not exactly sure about that one, but harder for me to say. Like as I said, I have no clock on the field. So Rapids going to come out 4 wide receivers: Dylan, Sean, Darwin, Anthony Spooney. Monte Taylor going to hand it off to Brandon McCann. McCann's going to try to push it up for a gain of a couple there. And that will be now that the Rapids have a lead, where can they go in the playbook with the quarterbacks they have in? Danny, a talented quarterback. Monte, a talented quarterback himself. Monte going to keep that himself. Going to dance back to the outside. Going to cut it up the middle. And he's going to break it out for a 1st down and more. A great job by Monte Taylor. Keep it himself. Reverse field. Turn it around to the outside. And push that up for a 1st down. Rapids are going to have a 1st down at the 39-yard line of the Rams. As I said, I don't have a clock, so still first quarter here. Rapids come out with that same formation. Sean Smith Jr. out wide with Dylan, Darwin, Anthony Spooney. Brandon McCann in the backfield with Monte Taylor. Monte's going to throw it. He's going to look for he looked for Dylan. He had Dylan. Just a little high. Couldn't bring that one in. So that ball bounced away, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here. Sounds like I did hear 3 minutes left in the first. Does sound like they're going to announce it more down on the field, so we'll try to keep in and listen. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. As I said, ball at the 39-yard line. That same set of wide receivers, Sean Smith Jr. out wide, Dylan Exton in, Darwin Filey on this side, Anthony Spooney down at the bottom. Danny Skalecki now in. He's going to throw that in. It's going to be tipped. He had Darwin in the middle, but it was tipped away. Going to bring up 3rd and 10 here now. Monte Taylor going to check back in. Brandon McCann going to come out. Skalecki probably obviously going to stay in at quarterback himself. And then now we're going to go 3 wide receivers down at the bottom. Dylan Exton up top by himself. Sean, Darwin, Spooney. Down here, now Sean Smith Jr. going to go in motion there. Danny's going to drop back to pass. He's just going to throw that one into the ground. Oh, and we've got some pushing and shoving on the outside. DB wide receiver introducing themselves for a little bit of a conversation there. Looks like we're going to have no penalty either. I actually really like that. A little bit of extra blocking, took it to the ground. Nobody got out of hand. Everybody got up, separated, went to their respective sidelines. So a little intensity, a little fight, but no harm's done on either side. So Rapids going to punt this away here on 4th down. Bobby Rose Jr. going to come in to punt. Rams going to put 2 guys back down there at, I want to call it the soccer goal line. However, at about the 15 and 10 yard line. Bobby Rose Jr. going to punt this one away nicely. It's going to take a nice bounce. And a good job there by the Rapids returners. Great job by the special teams today. I want to give them a big shout out. Great job there by the special teams to almost bait the DB, or to bait the Rams return man to see if he could get him to possibly touch that ball, make it a live ball. But either way, that's going to pin them back. So 2 special teams plays. Going to pin the Rams offense back. First the punt by Monte, now the punt by Bobby Rose Jr. I'm going to pin the Rams offense back now. Ball's going to be at the 10-yard line. As I said, still first quarter here. No clock time being kept by the officials on the field, so I'm out of it on that one. I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can. Quarterback going to drop back here on 1st down. Going to throw it out to his wide receiver, wide open for a first. Oh, no. He dropped that football. He was wide open. Oh, no, he did call it a catch. Sorry, I was right the first time. So 1st down here, a little tempo now from the Rams, trying to get things going. Quarterback going to drop back, throw it out to the wide receiver out there in the flat. Who's going to catch that? It looks like they're behind the line, so that I actually back them up. I do believe we've got a quarterback change in for the Rams as well from the first series. So 3rd down now. 3rd and 3. Not pushed back as far, but we'll see if this Rapids defense can answer the call here on this 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Rams trying to move the ball for their real first possession, and it's not going to happen. He's going to be sacked. Number 97, Josh Davis, in on the sack. It's going to bring up 4th down. Does look like the punt team for the Rams is going to come out. Does look like Anthony Spooney. Good to have him back, the talented returner in DB and safety. Is going to come back at about the 40-yard line. He's going to be joined by Brandon McCann. Rapids going to look to try to turn a kick into some points. As the Rams are going to get set to punt here. Still 6-0 Rapids Rams. Low snap, but he's going to get that one off. It's going to be a great punt. Spooney's going to catch that at the 50-yard line. He's going to turn the corner on that. He's got a blocker or 2 in front of him. He's going to push ahead. Great job. Yeah, Sham, we did get Spooney back today. When we get Sham in, it'll be a more complete defense than it already is. As you see by the 6-0 score here and the results prior of the past 3 weeks. So, Rapids 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Do see Danny Skalecki in, so Danny Skalecki going to be in at quarterback. Monte Taylor going to be in at running back. Rapids going to have to hurry up to get this play off here. Danny going to drop back here. Going to throw it out to Brandon McCann, who's going to fumble the football. It was a big hit immediately as he caught that football. He did a great job to jump right back on it. That play kind of not getting off in enough time. The Rams were on top of that, and because of it, they blew that play up. McCann didn't even really have a chance, honestly, to catch that. And we're going to have a whistle here. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at UPMC Graham Field here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. Rapids 6, Rams 0. We'll be back for the second quarter. Today I want to talk to you about Ani's Army Foundation. Started by Mark and Lynn Meyer to honor their daughter Annika, Ani's Army Foundation was formed to raise money for the research of medulloblastoma tumors and other pediatric cancers, while making a positive impact on the community. Here on the website, anisarmy.org, you can follow Ani's story, a story of strength and the love that her family has with her and she has with them as she fights this battle. Here on the website, if you can, please donate via Venmo, credit card, PayPal, cash, or check. Any donation is loved and any donation is appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan. I was muted. Danny's going to throw that. It's going to be incomplete there. I apologize there. Not going to get my absolute great call on Monte's spin out of that run there. The bad play there, setting up a tough drive there. So that did make it 3rd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Offense extra aggressive today, Coach Chris Ballantyne. Offense does look like it's going to stay out here on 4th down. Anthony Spooney going to check in at wide receiver. So, different set, but still 4 wide receivers. Anthony Spooney isolated up top. Darwin Filey going to come down and join Sean Smith Jr. and Mari Mitchell. Danny going to take that, and he's going to do the same thing. He's just going to boot that away. And a great job by the Rapid special teams. Again, ball's going to be pinned down at the 1-yard line. Outstanding job. And I've been critical of them Some rightfully so, some a little bit just of carryover from some of our special teams issues that we did have a bit of last year. However, the special teams unit absolutely come into play today. 3 different punters of the ball. Once Monte, once Bobby Rhodes Jr., once now Danny Skalecki. But the result the same. Ball pinned within the 10-yard line. Got to give credit to both of those guys, as Danny and Monte pinned within the 5-yard line too. So defense, opportunity here. Got them pushed back. As we said, ball at the 1-yard line. Rapids showing a bit of pressure. Going to bring that pressure right up the middle. Going to hand it off to the running back. He tries to push it ahead. They're going to push him back. With the forward progress, I got to believe ball going to stay at the 1-yard line, but a great push ahead by this big defensive line by the Rapids. Big Dustin Dies, we said, playing both sides of the ball there. You're going to come off for a quick breather. Actually, just going to come over to owner Daniel Demand. Oh, yeah, going to get some water. Make a sub. Rapids, hot day here in the sun. Going to sub some guys in and out on defense a lot. So, 2nd and 10 here. Ball at the 1-yard line. Ball out to the 2 now. Here in the second quarter. Rapids up 6-0. Rapids still showing that pressure. Quarterback going to take that. Going to try to keep it himself. And he's just barely going to get pushed or get himself out of the end zone there. Almost a safety. As I do need to do an update on the scoreboard there. I do apologize. As it is the second quarter. There we go. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. As we said, Rapids have done a good job. The special teams has pinned them back. The defensive unit has done a good job of holding them there. Now, Rams going to come out 4 wide receivers. Going to do their best to try to pick up some yardage here on 3rd down. Quarterback going to drop back. Going to just throw one up. And it's going to be almost intercepted. DB tried to track it down like a wide receiver. It was very, very heavily thrown. Almost got to it. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And another great job by this Rapids defense. Brandon McCann, Anthony Spooney back in again to return the punt at about the 32 and 43-yard line. Rapids going to try to get some hands to this football. Rams running some guys on late too. Oh, low bobbled snap, and it's blocked. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag as the ball, it was not blocked. I apologize. The ball is going to roll there. There's going to be a flag on the play. I'm not sure. That's a tough one. He had a clear shot at the ball. Took a dive in, unfortunately, just missed the ball. Did hit the kicker. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, but such a bang-bang play. Extremely, extremely hard there. And that is going to be the Rams. It's going to be a 1st down. Their first one in a while. As even coach, offensive coordinator Chris Ballantyne, just having a quick conversation over there with the official. Just asking for some clarification because a bang-bang play there. And that's going to move it 15, and that's going to give the Rams there, as I said, one of their first couple 1st downs. is they'll come out here, still on their own end, but now a little bit more room to breathe. Quarterback going to hand that off to the running back up the middle. He's going to push it up for a gain of a couple. Going to bring him second down here. I know the commenters are a lot of pro Rapids, but yeah, that was a tough one, but we won't dwell on it. I know the coaches won't want to, so I will not as well. We'll keep it rolling. As we said, second quarter here, UPMC Graham Field here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rapids up 6-0 over the Rams. I will say, although we would like to get the defense off the field and the offense back with the ball, the defense has been quick to get off the field, so this does give the offense and offensive line a chance to catch their breath. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Oh, sorry, 2nd and long here. Quarterback going to try to throw that out to the outside. Good job by the DB to actually try to come back to it. He was the only one in the area. Good coverage there. Going to bring up 3rd and long. As we said, officials keeping the time on the field, so even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to tell you how much time is left here in the second quarter. I just know that it is the second quarter. Play clock got to be winding down here. As you see, yeah, the Rams are sprinting up to the line. Nope, and quarterback's going to do a smart thing there. He's going to call a timeout in the second quarter here. Give us a chance to breathe here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. While we take a pause here, give us a like, give us a follow. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, give us a subscribe. Either way, give us some love. All right, so here we are back now in the second quarter. As I said, Rapids up 6-0 over the Rams. It's going to be 3rd and long here. Rams going to come out, 2 wide receivers, 1 each side of the ball, big jumbo set, fullback, running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Rapids showing some pressure. Rightfully so. Quarterback's going to have to get rid of this quickly. He's going to get pressured. He's going to step up the middle. He's going to try to break it out to the numbers. He's got his wide receiver out there open. He's going to catch it. He's going to push that ahead, but he's going to fumble the football. I apologize for not getting the camera over there. Chains will move on a first down there, scramble. So good job by the quarterback to step outside of the pressure. All right, so first down here. Rams trying to move the ball here in the second quarter, try to get this to a tie ball game. Quarterback going to take that, hand it off to the fullback, who's going to push it out to the outside. Fight for more, fight for more. Actually, you start to lose some yardage now. Gain of a couple there. So the big penalty and then the scramble out throw, the 2 big plays for the Rams, now have them kind of trying to get to that half-field line, trying to move the ball here in the second quarter. As I said, just to keep you updated, a bit of an issue with the clock operation. So officials keeping the clock on the field themselves. So I'm kind of clueless until they do some yell-outs. Probably our next stoppage here that I'll hear from them will be the 2-minute warning. Although week 4 here. We've only had 1 2-minute first half stoppage, so we'll see what happens. So, second down here. Quarterback going to pitch it out to the running back. Running back's going to try to push that out to the numbers. Push it pass outside. Get very close to the first down line before he's knocked out of bounds. I do see the chains moving, so if it's not a first down, it's definitely going to be third and very short. Rapids defense has been very successful at getting themselves off the field so far today. This the first bit kind of pressure they've had to absorb. The penalty helped. Questionable penalty, I will say. Quarterback going to take that, hand it off to the fullback again. He's going to get grabbed first by Dustin Dye. He pushes through the first guy. Almost gets away from Dustin. Gets wrapped up by the second. We're going to have a penalty. As we'll take a look and see what that is. So we're going to have a personal foul on the Rams. So that's going to back them up 15. Ball going to be placed down now at the 29-yard line. So it's going to be third and forever. So a bit of some help. A penalty hurting the Rapids, giving the Rams a first down, and now a big penalty, making this a very long third down, giving this Rapids defense a very good opportunity to get themselves off the field. Quarterback going to drop back. He's pressured. Quarterback's going to get hit, dropped, sacked in the backfield. Number 97, Josh Davis, in on it. I do believe that is also LaMarcus Thomas in on the sack as well. Great job by this Rapids defense. The one thing about this defense, when you are pinned back in towards your own end zone, or when you have got to go third and long on this defense, it is extremely hard. With as good as this defensive line is, with Dustin Dye, with Josh Davis, with LaMarcus, with all the rest of these guys. And then when you have the talent on the back end with the skill position guys, it is hard to pick up those kind of first downs. As once again, Anthony Spooney, and actually does look like Sean Smith Jr. going to be set to return that at the 45, and we're going to have a timeout. Timeout by the Rams. Multiple special teams issues for them, so they're going to try to get that together. We'll take a second here in the second quarter. Rams 0, Rapids 6. All right. Back here on the Straub Sports Show, Facebook and YouTube page. Thank you for joining us wherever you might be. So, fourth down here. Rams going to be forced to punt. They get that punt away. It's going to go out of bounds. A little extra pushing and shoving. Cooler heads rolling. No flags. So, Rapids will get the ball here. As we said, what an opportunity as they've had. Defense has given them opportunities. We'll see now this offense can take advantage of some good field position. We're going to have the ball at the 40-yard line of the Rams. First down, second quarter. Time? Don't know. As I said, officials keeping that on the field, so when we get to the 2-minute warning, I will let you know. Rapids going to come out 4 wide receivers. Danny's going to stay in at quarterback with Monte. He's going to take that, hand it off to Monte. Monte's going to run that up the middle for a gain of about 5 there. Reggie Rogers going to check back in. Oh, was for a second. All right, so Rapids going to break the huddle. Dylan Exton, Darwin Filey, Sean Smith Jr., Maury Mitchell, each side of the ball. Monte Taylor in the backfield with Danny Skalecki. Sean Smith Jr. now going to come down a little bit, reset himself there. Danny going to drop back to pass, going to throw it out to Monte. Monte's going to catch that, come right back towards the middle. Oh, and we're going to have a flag. Wasn't sure if it was a horse collar or a face mask. Either way, we'll get that call from the official. That's going to be a personal foul, and it's going to be a face mask. You've seen Monte got to spin around on that tackle there, so dangerous tackle there. So, yep, penalty there. Going to move it up 15 to give the Rapids a first down. And now, as I said, opportunities given to this offense. Got to take advantage of it here in the second quarter. Only up 6-0. Still a very close ball game. Defense playing outstanding. Offense got to give them a bit of a cushion to kind of help them out as well. Reggie Rogers is going to check back into the game. So is Brandon McCann. Darwin Filey up top. Sean Smith Jr., Maury Mitchell down at the bottom. Danny's going to take that. He's going to look over the middle. He's got Reggie. Reggie's going to catch that, break that, toward the end zone, and he's going to try to push it in. And it looks like he's going to get out to about the 1 or 2 yard line. And on the first drive, the scoring drive in here on this, Reggie Rogers coming in, an absolute valuable weapon there at that hybrid tight end position. 2 huge catches to set up the first touchdown. Ooh, and I love it. First down and goal here. Coach Jamal already calling for the field goal, for the extra point team ready. Zaire, Danny Skalecki. Okay, we're going to have a timeout here. Rapids needed a second to try to get that organized. Danny Skalecki and Zaire Graham, 2 weeks ago, player of the game, spoke with him last week in at running back too. A very, very hard to tackle running back there by the Rapids. They have a timeout here in the second quarter. As I said, referees keeping the time on the field themselves, so I'm unaware of how much time is actually left currently in the second quarter. But a big opportunity here. Ball looks like it's going to be placed at about the 2 yard line. Now, this normally is where the Rapids all year have easily called upon Denane Dixon to just take that ball from under center and rush that in. The big 6 foot, 200+ pound quarterback, but a different setup this week. So, Monte Taylor next to Danny Skalecki, Zaire Graham behind them. Look for Zaire possibly to take this handoff directly from one of them. Danny going to take that, hand it off to Zaire. Zaire's going to try to push it ahead. Took 2 guys from the Rams to try to take him down, and it looks like they did just short of that goal line. So kind of zoom in there. As I said, ball at about the 2.5, 3 yard line there. Huge opportunity here in the second quarter for the Rapids to try to push this football in for 6. Switch up in the formation. Skalecki Zaire in the fullback, Monte Taylor in at running back. Snap. Off to Monte. Monte's going to keep it. Dance. Try to push himself in. And it does look like a good job by the Rams defensive line to kind of get that pressure right up the middle and stop Monte from being able to dance his way into the end zone. So I'll keep that discussion that I can hear from here to myself. So, ball just there on the goal line. Brandon McCann going to come in. Zaire right in front of center at quarterback, Monte Taylor, and with him, Zaire's going to take that ball from center, and he's just going to push it in himself. Great job. Zaire Graham on the touchdown. And just like that, the Rapids are going to go up. Going to go up 12-0. Bobby Rhodes Jr. going to come in to attempt this extra point. Snap is clean. Ball is up and good. So Bobby Rhodes Jr. good on the extra point. So Rapids going to take a 13-0 lead here in the second quarter. Yeah, UPMC Graham Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Traveling here on the road. As you see down there, Coach Putty coming over to congratulate his offense. It's exactly what he's looking for. A nice sustained drive, give his Rapids defense a breather, and now real opportunity now for the defense to get rolling again and maybe give this offense back. I'm not sure, as I said, how much time is left, but either way, 13-0. Rapids up. Great job by Bobby Rhodes Jr. on the extra point. And now Bobby Rhodes Jr. gets set to kick that ball away here. All right, Bobby Rhodes Jr. kicks that one away. Returner's going to take that, bring it out to 20 with some speed. Going to try to cut it around to the outside. Try to find a blocker, couldn't. Going to get tackled there just on the other side of the 25-yard line. And now this Rapids defense, which has played very, very well. The special teams unit has done an amazing job of pinning the Rams offense back. Return team's going to get that ball to about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Rams will take over on offense. Looking for some answers. All right, so Rams break the huddle here. Going to go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball. Actually, I'm sorry, 5 wide receivers, empty backfield, 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom here. Going to try to spread out, try to move the ball up the field here with not much time left. In the second quarter, quarterback going to drop back, throw it quick over the middle, going to find a man for a first down. A good job there. Now something this Rapids defense will have to pay attention to now. A little bit of tempo here from the Rams. And they're trying to spread this defense out. See how this Rapids defense responds. Running back going to join the quarterback now, so 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball. Oh, he's going to send him out. So they're going to empty the backfield again. Quarterback dropping back, keeping himself, running it right up the middle. He's going to get smacked hard. Didn't see a flag, but we've got the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes left here. And absolutely sham. Zaire Graham, one of my favorite football players, along with Sham, along with all these guys. But I love the way Zaire does not care where he plays football, just wants to play football. And that's pretty much everyone on this roster. That's why they're on this team. But to have a guy talented enough that you can throw in at linebacker, throw in at DB, throw in at running back, and get success, that's a key cog in this Rapids wheel. We'll absolutely be excited to have Sham Island back with us next week. Appreciate Sham for checking in with us on the stream. And shout out to those babies as well, Sham. Much love. Our Rapids family. A big one that extends off the field as well. Big shout out as you see him coming across the field there. Owner Daniel Demand helping out with the water today. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 here for the Rams. 2 minutes left in the second quarter, down 13-0 to the Rapids. Looking to move the ball here, emptying that backfield with the quick throws over the middle. Got his wide receiver for a big gain there, and the success now coming for the Rams on this drive, emptying out the backfield, spreading out this Rapids defense. And we'll see, as we said, oh, and much love to you, Sham. You already know, my guy. All right, so Rams are moving the ball now. First down here. Rapids defense getting tested here. Quarterback going to throw it out. Oh! And he almost threw it into the DB, honestly. Him and the wide receiver not on the same page there. Almost an opportunity there to turn that one around. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. As we said, clock under 2 minutes now here in the second quarter. Just before half. Rapids up 13-0. First drive led up through the air and on the ground by Danny Skolecki, Monte Taylor, Reggie Rogers, and Sean Smith Jr. Then another drive put together. Some good runs by Monte. Reggie Rogers with two huge catches. One on the first drive, one on the second one to set up. First, a Monte Taylor scramble and run, and then a Zaire Graham 2-yard punch in. And there's your 13-0 for the Rapids. Rams going to keep this empty backfield, I should say. It's worked for them. Running back, wide receiver going to come in motion, take the handoff. Going to get smacked right at the line of scrimmage and go nowhere. Because we're going to have a timeout by the Rapids. And that was Zaire Graham in on the big hit as well. And you know what? 2 weeks in a row, we will be talking to Zaire Graham because I did tell him that if he got the offensive touchdown, that he would definitely come in and have a conversation with me postgame because he has now become the first Rapids player in history to have both an offensive and defensive touchdown. So history made. Not exactly sure what the discussion was between Coach Jamal and the officials, but I'm not sure if it was about the clock or not. All right, so 3rd and 10 here. Quarterback going to drop back. pressured. He's going to just throw it out to the outside wide receiver who's going to get tripped up and tackled there right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. Decision time for the Rams. I would assume an easy decision. So as long as there's time left, I've got to believe they're going to keep the offense on the field, down 13-0. Up until this drive, have really not been able to put together anything on offense. This drive, they've come alive. They've kind of abandoned the running game minus the one quarterback run and have just started to let this quarterback drop back and pass, and they found some success through the air here. So they'll come out again. Quarterback dropping back, pressure, just going to throw it over the middle. Good job there by the Rapids defense. Wide receiver dropped the ball, but he would have been, who knows what could have happened there if he would have tried to catch that ball, because the safety was there ready to light him up. Now we've got a turnover on downs. Rapids going to have the ball with, not sure how much time left, but they're going to have the ball at about the 38-yard line. Up 13-0. As I said, Rapids defense, great job here in this first half. Even when the Rams have found a little bit of success, Rapids have done a great job of responding to that and getting off the field. So Rapids offense going to take over here. Going to have Darwin Filey, Sean Smith Jr., Dylan Exton, Mari Mitchell, your 4 wide receivers across the screen. Monte Taylor in the backfield with Danny Skalecki in at quarterback. Danny going to take that. Going to throw it right out to Dylan, who's going to pitch it out to Monte. Monte's going to try to cut. Good tackle there as the clock keeps running. I like the little misdirection there. I like the idea. A great job there by Dylan. Quick catch. Toss it right off to Monte. Good job by the Rams defense to respond. And that's halftime. So, we've reached halftime here at UPMC Graham Field here in week 2 of the PAFL. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 13, Tri-County Rams 0. We'll take a step away on the broadcast here, and we'll be back after halftime here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. And we're back live here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page as we're set to get the second half here underway. Good job by the Rapids special teams. All right, so as I said, back here in the third quarter here at UPMC Graham Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Falls Rapids on the road this week to take on the Tri-County Rams. So we did have a penalty. Looks like a false start on the kickoff on the Rapids. And the Rams will take over from the 41-yard line. Rapids, a good first half. I know a lot. Coach Jamal and offensive coordinator Chris Valentine and defensive coordinator Coach Buddy want to clean up. As the running back's going to take that first handoff and get hit backwards, wrapped up. Mark Hale, Zaire Graham, Spoonie, all in, helping out on the tackle there. It's going to bring up second down here. As I said, many times in the first half, clock being kept by the officials on the field. So not much I can do in terms of keeping you updated on the clock, but we've got the action locked in here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. It's going to be second down. It's like about 11. Rapids showing pressure. Quarterback going to hand that off. Running back's going to break that out to the outside. He's going to break a tackle and get through. Break multiple tackles and pick up the first down. A great job. Rapids had him locked up at every step of the way in the backfield at the defensive line. Through the linebackers, got all the way down into the safeties before he's finally brought down. So a first down there. So Rapids defense going to need to answer the call here. Rams trying to capitalize on the momentum from the first half. I should say late there in the first half. We're able to pick up some yardage through the air. Now trying to pick some up through the ground. Move the football out to the 50-yard line now. Rapids showing some pressure. He's going to get through. Ooh, he's going to get hit hard. He's going to try to push through. Going to get pushed through by some of the offensive linemen before he's finally thrown down. Met in the hole there by Mark Hale, and he went nowhere. Needed some help from the offensive lineman to push him forward. But that will be enough to move the chains for a first down. As I said, appreciate you all for joining us here for week 2 of the PAFL. Rapids come into this game 3-0, 2-0 in the preseason, which those will count for the national rankings. 1-0 in the PAFL 2A. Rams going to hand that off. Running back, push it up the middle, and he's into the second level before he's finally pushed back towards the first down marker, but he's going to do enough to push it up there. And on the first drive here of the second half, Tri-County, so they're going to have a lineman down, so we're going to pull the camera off there as they attend to him. But the Rams moving the ball right now. Got this Rapids defense kind of pinned back on its heels for a second. We'll see how they respond. Offensive lineman having a tough time, kind of standing up under his own feet. He's going to get helped off. Hopefully he's okay. Offensive lineman for the Rams there. So first down here. Ball's going to be at about the 39-yard line. Good job by the Rams to kind of keep that momentum from the first half, or into the first half, to try to get themselves on the scoreboard here. Rapids defense making their own call. Rams coming out, same formation, 2 wide receivers isolated on each side of the football, fullback in the backfield with the running back. Quarterback going to take that, keep it, step up in the pocket. He's going to throw it out. Oh, he's trying to throw it out to the running back, but he did not catch that one, so that's going to be incomplete. Bit of open space there, so that definitely helps the Rapids defense there. Now, 2nd and 10. As I say, here in the third quarter, Rapids up 13-0 off of a Monte Taylor scramble in for a touchdown on the first drive. And then late in the second quarter, Zaire Graham with a 2-yard touchdown. Rapids defense looking to make the plays here. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Quarterback hands that off to the running back. He's going to push it up for a gain of about 4 or 5. Hit hard in the hole, but he does a great job of keeping the feet moving. And this Rapids defense is meeting him in the hole, hitting hard, and he's doing a great job of getting an extra push from those offensive linemen to kind of help him break through that first bit of contact. Bit of a couple substitutions here. Good job by this Rapids defense. All talented from top to bottom. So moving some guys in and out. Ray Boom Lumbus coming in at linebacker. Witt checks into the game as well. 3rd and short here. Quarterback dropping back, looking outside. Got the wide receiver there. He's going to get wrapped up immediately by Boom Lumbus, but pick up just enough to move the chains there for a first down. So, credit to the Rams. Come out on this first drive of the second half, moving the ball well, mixing it in, throw and pass. Rapids defense going to need to respond here. They're starting to get backed up themselves. Quarterback going to throw it out to the wide receiver. He's got some yards. He's going to get hit immediately. Looks like he just might pick up a gain of about, actually, take a look at where the spot of the ball is. Gain of about 2 or 3. As we said, third quarter here, UPMC Graham Field for week 2 of the PAFL. Rams trying to march up the field on their first possession of the second half. Rapids showing some blitz. Running back going to try to push through. He does for a couple yards. Great job by these running backs here for the Rams on this first drive to just make it hard to get brought down. Rapids are just going to have to bring multiple hats to the football as always. Wrap guys up. As we said, as the Rams starting to push the ball in close here. Going to have the ball at the 15-yard line in the red zone here. Quarterback dropping, looking out wide. He's going to throw that out of bounds. And that it's going to bring up 4th down here. I don't think any question on where we would go with this decision, down 13-0. The Rams looking for a spark. So, 4th and short, keeping the offense out on the field. We're going to have a flag and a false start. Rapids defensive backs were also complaining about the wide receiver positioning as well. Either way, that's going to back them up on what would have been a 4th and short. It's going to now be 4th and 7. Still, easy decision here to leave the offense on the field. So, 4th down. We'll see what the Rams have. Rapids bringing the blitz. Quarterback going to step up through, but can't get out of there. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. Great job by this Rapids defensive line to get pressure on the quarterback, and that right there, I think absolutely. And I know you would think maybe a turnover, maybe a 3 and out. No, that right there embodies this Rapids defense right there. Pushed back. Offense was moving the ball on the ground and through the yards, but at the end of the day, 3 straight stops, turn the ball over, and now the Rapids offense will get their first offensive possession of this second half. As I talked to offensive coordinator Chris Ballantyne at halftime, a very poignant comment. He said, we're figuring this out. He goes, we don't have everyone that we normally do. We're going to figure out what the key is, and once we figure that out completely, we're going to ride it home. Offense doing good so far, 13-0. Mari Mitchell, Sean Smith Jr., Darwin Filey in. McCann gets the handoff up the middle. McCann's going to push that ahead. Good job by him to get a couple of yards there. Going to set up about a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. Here in the third quarter. So Rapids up 13-0. Shout out to my girls, Anna and Paula, battling for that number 1 crown in the comments. My queens of the Rapids. Danny Skalecki in here at quarterback. Going to hand it off again to McCann. He's going to try to cut that out to the outside. Pushing it ahead. Does a great job himself there of not going down easy. But it is going to lose a couple yards there. Going to set up a third and long here. About 3rd and 8. Monte Taylor going to check back in. So with the first offensive possession here of the second half for the Rapids, and with that defense withstanding a decent-sized drive there, imperative for this offense to try to pick up a first down here. Dylan Exton also checks into the game. Mari Mitchell isolated up top. Danny going to drop back. Look, he's going to throw that over. He was looking for Maury Mitchell. We're going to have a flag on the play. As the DB pulled Maury's helmet off. So we're going to have a personal foul. So, Maury Mitchell, good. Checking over on the sideline there. Smile on his face. Probably more upset about that hit more than injured. As I said, the DBs, you're going to have that contact at that point. But, however, got to keep it clean. So, those hits to the head always going to be looked at. And it does look like there was a reach to the face backs as well. So, nonetheless, 15 yards and a first down for the Rapids. We'll see what they can pick up here. Going to hand it off to Monte Taylor up the middle. Monte Taylor's going to break a tackle. Going to push it up for a first down. Great job by Monte Taylor. Going to first down out to about the 39-yard line of the Rams. As Reggie Rogers is going to check back into the game. Sean Smith Jr. as well. I'm sorry, Darwin Filey as well. Darwin switching over from 84 over to that 00 this year. All right, so first down here. Dylan Exton, Reggie Rogers, Sean and Darwin. Monte in the backfield with Danny Skalecki. Low snap. Monte's going to pick it up, cut around the outside, take it, push it up, break off a tackle there, and push for he's finally thrown out of bounds. Just so hard to tackle Monte. Strong, fast, athletic. As Monte's going to take a breather. So offense is going to huddle. It's going to be 2nd and 7 here. Brandon McCann going to check into the backfield here. Then he's going to take that hand. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to throw it out to Reggie again. And Reggie's going to do a great job to pick up the first down. Good job there, Rapids, to pick up the first down. And yes, absolutely, Paula. Monte is having himself a great game. And I got to give a shout out to Danny Skalecki as well. Danny stepping in at quarterback. Rapids starting to move the ball themselves now. Danny going to take that, keep it himself. He's looking down the field. Oh, and it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Sean Smith Jr. Threw the ball up there. DB made a good play on it himself. Sean Smith Jr. coming up a little, limping a little bit himself there after that play. We'll check on him. May have just came down funny on the knee on the fall. So, 2nd down and 10 here. Danny going to take that, give that to Monte. Monte's going to turn it, cut it completely around the other side of the field. Break off that tackle. Oh, he couldn't all the way. He tried. But they're going to be pinned back now. It's going to be 3rd and a very, very long. So we're 3rd and 18 now for the Rapids. So we'll see what's in the playbook there. So, Rapids will break the huddle. Third and 18 here. Gonna need something big. Danny gonna drop back. Was looking. Now he's just gonna dump it off to McCann in the flat. McCann's gonna try to get some yardage himself. He's gonna break a tackle, jump over a guy there, and push it ahead. Brandon McCann, great job. Catch that ball out of the flat. Break and make it absolutely a question now. It's just going to be 4th and 2 of whether or not the Rapids keep that offense on the field. And guess what? That answer is easily yes. All right. So 4th and 2 here. We'll see what the Rapids go with here. Skullicky's going to drop back. He's going to throw it up to Anthony Spooney in the end zone. And he's going to call it incomplete. I apologize. I didn't get the camera over there. Woo. That was a close one. I don't mind the call to be aggressive there on 4th down from Coach Rich Ballantyne. Great job there by Danny to throw up a fade. Spooney just, according to the referee, couldn't get his foot down, or both feet down. I apologize on the broadcast there. So now, here in the 3rd quarter, Rams are going to take over the ball from the 22-yard line. Shout out to Lefty jumping back in. See how this Rapids defense can respond. They got themselves a break. Were able to get themselves off the field for a minute. We'll see. As there may have been a... Rams going to bring a man in motion, going to hand that ball off to him. He's going to run it out to the outside, try to cut it back up to the numbers. Cut it back to the middle and will. Good job by the Rams. Pick up a couple of yards there. This is going to bring up 2nd down and 5 here. Quarterback going to drop back. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to take off himself. He's going to get tackled out, but before he's going to pick up the 1st down. And on back-to-back drives, the Rams starting out with some success, moving the ball, picking up some 1st downs. It's going to be 1st down here. Ball at about the 36-yard line. Quarterback dropping back, pressured. Going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be caught again. Just short. As we're going to have a personal foul and a face mask on the Rapids. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down and 15 more to help. So a bit of miscommunication there. Getting the chains adjusted. As I said, it was a personal foul and a first down. 15, moving that one ahead. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here. As we'll flip fields and take a break here at UPMC Graham Field here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. We'll be back for your fourth quarter of Rapids football. All right, so we're here in the fourth quarter now. UPMC Graham Field here for PAFL Week 2. Rapids and Rapids up 13-0 right now. Rams looking to try to push the ball forward as they have to start this drive. First down here, quarterback going to throw it out to the wide receiver. He's going to catch it, make a man miss. Going to get hit hard there. Dropped for a minimal gain. Rapids defense, as we said, looking to respond at the end of that quarter there. Head coach Jamal Singleton. Giving the team a bit of a pep talk. Running back going to take that, only pick up a gain of maybe 1 or 2 on second down there. As we said, this Rapids defense responding all game so far. Going to get called upon here in the fourth quarter to help finish the job. This Rams offense only on the other half of the field for the second time today. Trying to take advantage of it. Quarterback dropping back. Pressured. Going to get out of that pressure. Chase down. Just going to finally throw it away out of bounds. And while we've got the defense on the field, I want to give a special happy birthday shout out to number 4, linebacker, Captain Mark Hale. Happy birthday, my guy. Hopefully we can celebrate it, bringing home a Rapids win. All right, so fourth down here. 4th and 7. Rams in desperate need for a big first down here. If they have any chance. Still a lot of fourth quarter left, but still to try to gain some momentum to get themselves back in the game. Going to need a first down here. Rapids defense going to try to shut this down. Quarterback dropping back. Is going to get pressured. Josh Davis almost there, but it's going to be bobbled and picked off by Zaire Graham, number 8. A great job by Josh Davis to get to get almost to the quarterback and pressure that throw. And as if he wasn't having a big enough game with the touchdown, Zaire Graham over here, see him on the sideline with an interception, his second interception of the season. Josh Davis with a big play as well down there. This Rapids defense fired up. Another turnover, another stop, and now here in the fourth quarter, ball at the 39-yard line. This Rapids offense going to try to turn the tables again and try to get some more points off on the board. They talked about it last week, opportunities left on the field. They knew they could have had chances to put more points last week. I know they want to do that this week. They're going to come out. Mari Mitchell, Darwin Filey, Sean Smith Jr., Dylan Exton, Brandon McCann in the backfield. Danny Skolecki in. He's going to hand that off to McCann. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to look down the field for Mari Mitchell, but that's going to be picked off. Returner's going to take that out to midfield now before he'll get taken down there. And just like that, back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back plays. Interception by the Rapids defense, but then now here, an interception by the Rams, going to give them the ball at midfield with an opportunity right back themselves. Defense going to get called upon again. Coach Jamal Singleton called on the defense to help end this game. No difference here. As I said, ball is going to actually be on the Rapids 49-yard line, so just on the other side of half field for the Rams. As we said, fourth quarter here. Clock being kept by the officials on the field, so I cannot update to you until the 2-minute warning. Quarterback going to drop back here. Pressured. Going to try to throw it away. Finally will get it away. Wide receiver does a good job pushing ahead for a couple yards there. So great pressure by this Rapids defensive line, but quarterback was able to just do enough to get that ball off. A little Denane Dixon-like there. It's going to be second down and short here. Quarterback drop back. He's going to throw it over the middle. Got his wide receiver. He's going to go down there, but he's going to do enough to pick up the first down there. Rams have almost the entire game kind of used a bit of the hurry up. Going to come into play big here in the fourth quarter. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Quarterback going to drop back. Pressured. Going to throw it out into the flat. Got his running back there, but he's going to be met and hit and dropped in the backfield. Anthony Sponey did a great job there to come up and make that tackle. And the Rams, after going forward, they're doing the one thing that you do not want to do with this Rapids defense, and that is start to go backwards, because then this defensive line gets to pin its ears back, and these defensive backs get to kind of read the quarterback's eyes, and that is not what an offense wants from a coach buddy coach defense. So it's going to be second and very long here. Quarterback dropping back, pressured, gets away from the first man. He's going to finally throw it up to his wide receiver. A great job once again by this defensive line. As I said, appreciate all of you for tapping in with us, whether you're on the Facebook page or the YouTube page. Do us a favor, if you're on Facebook, give us a like and a follow. If you're over on YouTube, give us a subscribe. It's the fourth quarter here. Rams going to break the huddle on a third and very long. Rapids defense, no. Offense might be on the field for 2 plays, so have to lock in here. Keep the man in front of the first down marker. Quarterback, drop back, pressured. He's going to escape the pocket. He's just going to take off himself, and he's got a lot of grass in front of him. He's finally going to get pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. And that's going to be enough, and it does look like it. Yeah, they're going to move the chain, so that's going to be a first down. Ball going to be at the 29-yard line of the Rapids. Defense getting pushed back a bit here. Once again, we'll see how they respond. Big dub, number 79, Dustin Dye, checking back into the game. This Rapids team's been subbing in and out multiple times throughout the series, trying to keep fresh guys on the field. Now that the sun's starting to come down on that side of the field, it's a bit cooler over there, but in that sun, it is hot today. Those black jerseys making it a little bit tougher in the sun, but football job still to be done. First down here, fresh set of downs for the Rams offense. Down 13-0 here in the fourth quarter. Quarterback going to drop back. Going to look over to his wide receiver, and he just threw it up over top. He did a good job there to just throw it up over top of the DB. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Rapids defense pushed back almost to the goal line. Quarterback dropping back, looking out wide to his wide receiver. Oh, he had a man. He threw it through his hands. So, gonna bring up 3rd down. Going to be 3rd and about 3. Ball just outside the red zone at about the 22-yard line. We'll see what the Rams got here. Need to keep this drive alive. Quarterback going to keep it himself. He's pressured. He's going to get hit. He's going to try to extend that out. It does not look like he got there. See where the referee is going to spot that ball. If he spots it at the 20, it's going to be 4th down. Yep, it's going to spot that ball at the 20-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th down. Easy decision. Easy decision for the Rams here, down 13-0 in the fourth quarter. To keep that offense on the field. Only needing about a yard to pick up the first down here. Going to hand it off, trying to pick up that yard. No, he's going to get hit in the backfield, dropped in the backfield, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. A great job by this Rapids defense to read the play, get penetration, push forward. Wow. I don't know. I really have no idea what happened. After that 4th down stop, the referee just picked the ball up, moved it 5 yards ahead, and called it a first down. Coach Jamal doing a good job of keeping the guys back. Obviously, don't understand what happened, don't know what happened. Nonetheless, now Rams have a first down at the 15-yard line. As I said, try not do my best to not be critical of the officiating crew. This has been a really good officiating crew. I do not know what happened there at all whatsoever. Quarterback going to throw it out on first down. Going to throw that incomplete. As I said, the Rapids did a great job there on the 4th down. Called it 4th down. Stopped it. And no flag thrown, but just the ball moved ahead 5 yards for a first down. So if you have questions, I do not have answers. Yeah. Ohio teams traveling to Pittsburgh. We know how that can go. Nonetheless, the job still there for the Rapids to do themselves. No worries to be done. First down here. Quarterback going to drop back. Going to throw it out to his wide receiver. That's going to be incomplete. Now, down marker said first down. Now it says second down, but it should be 3rd down. As, yes, the down marker does get changed. Going to try to keep an eye on that now. So 3rd and 10. Two straight incomplete passes for the Rams. Ball in the red zone, ball at the 15-yard line, an opportunity for them to really try to get themselves back in the game here. Really need some points here. Rapids defense looking to do what they have done all game, and that is shut this down before it gets out of hand. Quarterback dropping back. He's pressured, escapes the pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to look to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to hold it all down by myself, missing those corner end zone shots. I apologize for that. So that's going to be incomplete. So that will bring up once again what we think is 4th down. So it should be 4th and 10 here. Josh Davis is going to come out for a breather. Got the 2 big guys up front, 2 speed guys on the outside of Dustin. Mark Hale leading the rest of this Rapids defense. Ray out there as well. Zaire Graham, quarterback, dropping back, looking. He's going to look for that fade in the corner of the end zone. A little bit of contact. No flag thrown. Wanted to wait and make sure, so that's going to be it. So now, after that 4th down, we will have a turnover on downs. Sorry, an outstanding play there by Witt. I just was worried about the contact in the flag there. Referee going to let them play through that, which, like I said, other than whatever happened on that 4th down play, this officiating crew has been, I actually think, absolutely on top of it. They've let guys play. We've had a little bit of physical contact. They've let guys play through that. No flags thrown for anything unnecessary. And a shout out to the Tri-County Rams, too. One of the reasons we were excited to come out here and play them, they're a professional organization. They handle themselves that way, as we like to, and we do here, the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. So a great matchup here. 2 teams looking to look down the road for some success as they continue. So I'm having as you see, owner Daniel Demand, check on the time for me. Just trying to get an update myself. All right, so about 7 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. So a absolute statement drive here for the Falls Rapids. Points. Okay, at about 7:40, as I was corrected there. So a huge drive, an opportunity for the Rapids to really put this thing out of reach. Dylan Exton, Sean Smith Jr. in the game. Ray checking in at that extra lineman. McCann in the backfield with Danny Skalecki. Danny's going to take this, hand this off to McCann. McCann's going to try to push it up the middle, and he does. Does a great job of break tackles, but he fumbled the football. And the Rams are going to jump on that. And a costly one there. This defense did a great job to get themselves off the field on that 4th down play. Offense on the 2nd straight drive. Going to turn the ball over on the 1st play from scrimmage. And this Rapids offense just gifted the Rams offense the ball at the 19-yard line. With an opportunity, what we said is probably under about 7:40 now left in the 4th quarter. An opportunity to really get themselves right in the game. So we'll see what this Rams offense can cook up themselves. Defense going to get called upon again. Quarterback, drop back. He's going to look back into that corner of the end zone for that fade. He's going to throw it over his wide receiver. So no harm done there. Good coverage on the play by the Rapids DBs. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. Opportunities given to the offense, but just not able to fully capitalize yet so far. Not much time left here. As we said, clock ticking around 7 minutes in the 4th quarter. We're going to have a timeout, second timeout here by Coach Putty in the defense. And, the offense has had their opportunities, and as we talk about it, timeouts normally saved and reserved for your offense to try to cook, but Coach Putty going to take one of those here, going to get his guys a breather, knowing a great defensive stand here could all but just put this game in the wraps. I'm pretty close here on this broadcast from the field, so finish was the call on 3 there from the defense. They know this is theirs. They have a real opportunity to not allow the Rams in here. 2nd and 10. Rams going to go with a bunch set there on the far side, and they're going to run off the line early. We're going to have a false start. And that's kind of been the issue for this Rams offense. Well, as we're going to have a discussion. So maybe a Rapids player caused that infraction. False start. Nope, it's going to be a false start. So that has been the issue for this Rams offense is once they have some momentum and they get rolling, whether it be a penalty or multiple bad plays, it just stalls out. Haven't been able to finish one of those drives yet, but still an opportunity here. Going to back them up. It's going to be 2nd and 20. I apologize, 2nd and 15. We're going to go back to that trips bunch formation down there at the bottom of the screen. One wide receiver isolated at the top. Quarterback going to drop back to pass here. Steps up in the pocket. Not going to get away from Josh Davis. Josh actually dragged him, though, with his momentum. No, not that that's what Josh was trying to do, but he actually dragged him forward a couple yards as he was finally able to get his hands to the quarterback. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Questions being asked by this Rams offense. We'll see what answers this Rapids defense has. Wide receiver going to go back out to the other side, 2 to each side of the football. Quarterback, drop back. He's looking that way. Now he's going to come back. He's just going to throw it over towards the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. He just was backing up in the pressure and just threw a dart right into his wide receiver, who did a good job between 2 Rapids defenders to catch, hang on to that football. Going to spot the ball at the 15-yard line. Going to be 4th down here. Once again, a 4th down. Once again, the offense on the field. Once again, this Rapids defense going to get called upon here. Quarterback going to drop back, looking, scanning. He's going to throw it. He's going to just throw it wide. It's not going to get there. It's actually going to be intercepted. By Anthony Spooney in the end zone. Anthony Spooney with his first interception in his first game back for the Rapids. Quarterback, I don't know if he was just trying to, maybe there was a miscommunication on the route, but he was looking for that fade route in the back of the end zone there. No wide receiver there, but Anthony Spooney was there as Anthony Spooney is going to intercept that one. Ball's going to come out to the 20. And now I've got to believe some adjustments being made on or I should say for that Rapids offense. As we said, 2 back-to-back possessions. They turned the ball over on the first play and called on this defense for what should have been 2 fourth-down stops, ended up being 3 fourth-down stops. Offense absolutely needs to pick up some yards here, absolutely needs to pick up a first down or 2. Dylan Exton, Sean Smith Jr. in the game. Reggie Rogers in. Also Brandon McCann in the backfield. Quarterback going to take that, hand it off to McCann again. McCann going to get met in the backfield. Did a good job to hang on to the football. But time taken away, but the yard's not going forward right now. Rapids offense need one more drive to kind of really put this game away and take the pressure off of this defense. We're going to have a change in here. Reggie Rogers is going to come in and actually play some quarterback. Sean Smith Jr. and Dylan Exton as wide receivers. Zaire Graham and Brandon McCann in the backfield with them, showing a heavy run formation. And we're going to have a penalty. And it does look like we're going to have an offsides. Yeah, we're going to have an offsides on that Rams defense. They knew the run play was coming. They tried everything they could to kind of get some push and a little too much. And because of it, it's going to cost them 5 yards. So, a free 5-1. Ones will set up a 2nd and 5 here for the Rapids offense. Reggie Rogers is going to stay in at quarterback. He's got Zaire Graham in front of him, Brandon McCann behind him in the backfield. Dylan Exton, Sean Smith Jr., his wide receivers out wide. To the right, top of your screen there. Reggie going to take that, keep it himself, and just run it right up the gut. Cut it around the outside. Pick up a first down and stay in bounds. A great, smart play there by Reggie Rogers to not just pick up the first down, but go down in bounds. Keep that clock running. Don't know exactly where it is at, but it is taken away here in the 4th quarter. So, ball's out to the 38-yard line. A fresh set of downs for this Rapids offense. Reggie Rogers going to stay in at quarterback. Ray, Big Bama going to come in as an extra blocker. Same wide receivers, Dylan and Sean Smith Jr. up at the top of the screen. Zaire Graham in the backfield with Reggie Rogers. Reggie going to take that, keep it himself again, make a couple guys miss before he'll finally get hit and brought down. And we're going to have some pushing and shoving. A little bit of extracurriculars. Keep the camera off of that. Good job by both coaching staffs and ownerships to get everybody separated. Reggie took a little bit of offense to the extra slam down. Referees having a discussion, sorting out some issues. I had to mute myself to make myself vocal up here from the broadcast. Let's keep it cool, keep it down. Not exactly sure. All right. So after all that, second down and long here. Obviously, a flag on the Rapids. Personal foul there on Reggie Rogers. But now we're back in for some football. Brandon McCann in at wide receiver. Zaire Graham in the backfield. He's going to take that handoff. He's going to push that thing up the middle for a nice gain there. Zaire Graham, Reggie Rogers. Two of your outstanding stars for your Rapids. That entire Rapids defense also as well deserves a shout out for the way that they have just played this entire season. Just an outstanding performance once again. This defense travels well. This defense comes to play. This defense hits hard and turns the ball over and does not give up a lot of points. So far, none today. Rapids, great job there. On the hard count there by Danny to have the or to get the Rams to jump off sides. All right, so we'll move that ahead. So it's going to be first down now for the Rapids. First and 10 here. Ball at the 48-yard line. Rapids going to take that. Going to take that fake handoff play to Zaire. Didn't get many. Couple yards. A fun play the Rapids like to run. Coach Chris Ballantyne. There you see him on the sideline. He's a fan of that play. Wants it to work. And I will say it has picked up yardage every time that it's run. It just hasn't hit that lights out play yet that I know Coach is looking for. It's going to be second and about 8 or 9 here. As we said, Rapids looking to put the finishing touches on an outstanding defensive performance as Danny Skalecki is just going to take that. Oh, we're going to have a flag. As was a false start on the attempted kneel down there. So we start to pack up here. Danny's going to take that kneel down. And that will do it for us here. UPMC Graham Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Rapids travel on the road. Come out with a 13-0 victory over the Tri-County Rams. Your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids staying undefeated on the season, moving to 4-0. A great job, a great all-around team performance today. The defense showing up as always, and the offense making some plays when it absolutely mattered. That'll do it for us here on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube page. I am your voice of the Rapids, Ken Straub. That'll do it for us this week. We'll be back next week with more Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football. Stay tuned as I'm going to head down on the field and get some post-game interviews done. Check those out on the Straub Sports Show Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram page at Straub Sports Show. Do us a favor, give us a like, give us a follow on all of those social media pages. I want to give a shout out to my media crew, to Izzy and Mackenzie, for showing up as well, getting some good photos in for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. I am Ken Straub signing off here. Rapids 13, Rams nothing. We'll see you next week.